Dismember sitting in our hand as well. Entomb, sure. So you got something that like gives +1/+1 or +2/+2? Bridge from below. That's pretty good. So I think we just ship here. Yeah, it's gonna ship. He has to block at least one. We're dead to Bloodghast off the top here. Put Chalice of the Void on one. We're dead to Zombie Bombardment as well. I can't put Chalice on two because it requires tapping Ancient Tomb, and then we're just dead. Some people need hobbies real bad. Magic's not enough for them. I'm aware he can crack his fetch land. That's why we're at 8, so we're not dead. We need a Zombie Bombardment or another Bloodghast or something like that. My mobile phone is on mute. Yeah, it's on mute. Hasn't been making noises. Maybe it vibrates occasionally. Alright, we're at 2. Are you dead? Alright. Well, we 3-2'd this league. This is our worst league so far, and Moto bugged in one of the matches. Or the Moto interface was less than ideal in one of the matches. It wasn't strictly a bug, so yep, more viewers, more trolls, exactly. So over 800 people. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Let's tune this sideboard a little bit and jump back in for another match or two before we call it a day. So, changes I want to make. The Phyrexian Revokers have been less than stellar. I'm going to try Pithing Needle. I've got 2 of those. I think I want another Tormod's Crypt for another one of those. I think we can just move the Dismembers into the main here, and then we just got 1 cut from the board. Just get rid of this extra Revoker. Any thoughts or comments on this configuration before we head into another league? I suppose I could see the Crucible has been medium. Awesome, Jack D. We are not playing Modern until next month, or 2 months actually, in April. We will play Modern in April when they fix things. Until then, we will be playing Legacy, Standard, and Hex. That's the game plan. Those are the 3 things on the table. Now we're prepared for Dredge. Yep. 4 Tormod scripts. Pithing Needle is good against lands. I'm not even sure. Yeah, the dismembers I think are fine in the main. I could even see, like, depending on like what the format is you're expecting, I could see Sphere of Resistance being in the main too if you want a bunch of unfair things. Warping Wheel is very powerful in Legacy. Like countering sorceries, there's a lot of really powerful sorceries. It's good against Storm. It's good against Show and Tell. It's good against Terminus. I caught the jerk. We haven't played against Sneak and Show yet, but in theory, we should have an okay matchup. Cutting the Phyrexian Revokers from the main probably makes it a little bit worse, but we've got Pithing Needles on the board, and Warping Whale, counter Show and Tell, and Endbringer's okay, so I'm not planning to play Standard today. The Open this weekend that I'm playing in is Legacy, so I plan to play that. I plan to tune this deck for this weekend. So, and then next week, we're going to start playing a lot of Standard. I've got a Standard Open in Indianapolis in March, the 3rd weekend, so we're going to play a bunch for that. I want to try and find a new deck to tune. Black-White's okay, but I kind of want to just explore a little bit. I haven't spent a lot of time exploring Standard just because the 2 events I had were like right away, and then I had Modern and now Legacy to focus about, so... See Pikachu running on screen. Thanks for the follows. Really appreciate that. Follows and subs are the 2 best ways to support the stream. I mean, when you have kids, your life doesn't end. You still get to keep doing the other things that you do. You have a significant other that you help and support each other. My wife supports me playing Magic. I support her in her hobbies and her work. So I don't really play Limited, so I've never really drafted Champions of Kamigawa. We've not played against Shardless Bug, I don't think. Waiting to queue up another match here. Also, I derive a portion of my income from Magic, a large portion of my income from Magic, so... this is basically work. Sleep's overrated. My job is playing Magic, and her job, she is a business analyst for an insurance company. Why Pikachu? Because I was just looking at the predetermined things, and there were 2 different Pikachu ones that were adorable, so I picked the Pikachu ones. Waiting to queue, waiting to queue. I teach part-time. I'm only teaching 1 class, and I'm not even sure. I took the last year off, and I'm probably not going to teach another one after this. Teaching's kind of rough. A colorless Eldrazi seems really powerful. We've been having reasonable results on here. I think it's probably better than the other Stompy decks that had existed previously in the format, but those decks were solidly tier 2, tier 2.5. But I mean, Virulent Plague's not super popular in the format as a whole, and you're not just Stone Cold Dead to it. You have Duress, and you have Transgress the Mind, and you have the 4-mana exile target thing. Alright, I assumed Magic Boy was just the same troll that had been using a different name, so get out of here. Sometimes Magic's serious, and you just focus on playing the game instead of BSing with each other. Keep, I think it's medium. If our opponent's on an unfair deck, this end's too slow, but I think on average this is fine. I'll lead on Eldrazi Temple just because it gives us the options for next turn. Lands, okay. I'm from the central United States. Bunch of Mox Diamonds. 4-color loam? Maybe? I think we're just going to play Matter Reshaper here. What do I think about Travis Wu? I'm gonna try not to speak ill of other people on stream. We have a Thorn and a Mind Stone, so I can play Urborg will give him a mana. So do I need to play that? I could just Wasteland him. I could go Urborg, Mind Stone, Thorn. That doesn't seem awful. Probably the lands. Just like get rid of the Temple and the Eye. Just cut both of them. People will keep saying whether or not you cut one or the other. I just say you cut both. No, Card Hoarder is one of my sponsors, so if you need to buy Magic Online cards, feel free to support them. It's a good way to support the stream, and they are kind enough to provide me with Magic Online cards when I need to stream weird things like Eldrazi and all the different standard decks we're going to try next month, so I wanted to invest hundreds of dollars into buying those myself. You should unban Dark Depths. Okay, so we could get comboed next turn. Probably getting comboed next turn. Got this Wasteland here I chose not to hold up like a big old idiot. And he should just go for it right away here. If he just passes the turn and lets me get to my main phase, we have a chance. Not a good chance, but you know, a chance. I have our Porter tapping it for itself. GG's. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I was buying cards from them too before they added me as a sponsor, but having them as a sponsor definitely helps. I own my Kiki-Cord deck on Moto. That's the one deck I've bought. All right, what else? We don't want Dismember. Matter Shaper's fine. Endbringer's probably fine, so it's like card advantage, and it can get through. It can get through his silly Maze of Ith. I'm not playing GP Detroit. I'm not playing Modern until after they update the ban list. The format's a total mess right now. We could just cut Endless one. I think that's better than... I'll cut Mimic, because that dies to Punishing Fire. Oh, Endbringer stops Merit Liege as well. Okay, sweet. That's a sweet point, yep. You can find my suggestion for a more budget chord list on my primer that is linked below the stream. Can't keep a one-lander against lands. I'm gonna keep one land, top. I'm gonna keep one land with Mind Stone and Crucible, however. And it's got Tormod Script, so... And we get a Scry. Matt, we can Pithing Needle Wasteland. So we've got Pithing Needles right now. When we didn't have a way to shut off Wasteland, I'd have agreed with you, but we can Pithing Needle Wasteland. I think this deck's definitely better than Mud. Mud's super clunky. This deck is... The fact that it can have aggressive draws in addition to lockout draws make it a lot smoother. So he has double Mox Diamond 2 games in a row. Ghost Quarter is Wasteland against us, which is unfortunate. I think I just want to play the Crucible out. Yeah, I'm just going to play the Crucible out. I guess it's possible I want to just get rid of his loam here.